Love smarter, not harder. Today's question. Thanks for all you do. Love the podcast. Thank you. My question is in regards to being a good friend while your friends are in what I perceive to be, anyway, crappy relationships. One friend has broken up and gotten back together with her partner 4 times now, and they're always fighting, and my friend always complains to me about it. The partner always shows up to our friend group plans without telling her that he's coming, and then will just walk away from the group so the friend follows. Another friend complains to me all the time about how she pays for everything since the very beginning of her relationship with a man 10 years older. He doesn't pay child support and is willing to give up full custody of his child to move a few states away to be with her. If he does this for his 8-year-old, I feel like he would be willing to do this to her future children. How do I be supportive when my friends come to me about their relationships? I don't want to come off as jealous when I give them advice, but lately I stare at them with a resting mean girl face because I just don't want to hear it. Any tips on what to say, do, or how to be a good friend would be appreciated. Okay, I need everyone's help on this one because I know we have all been there with a friend who complains, and then we're like, that's right, girl, you deserve better, forget him. And then she gets back with him and complain, but stays with him. And in this case, I mean, this is bad stuff. 4 times breaking up and then getting back together, and then he shows up at your events and steals her away from your girl time. This is not okay. That is a friend who is very, very insecure. And clearly the relationship, I love the title of this book. It's called A Breakup Because It's Broken by Greg Bernhardt. I know I'm saying his name wrong. Berend or whatever, but he was the guy who wrote He's Just Not That Into You. And he wrote for Sex and the City. Super funny, best breakup book I've ever read in my life. And I wish she would read it, but I'm quite sure she wouldn't because she's caught up in the cycle and she won't let go. And clearly she's afraid to be alone and all the things that are so disempowering. And then your other friend, I'm very concerned that he would leave his child, an 8-year-old child who needs his or her father to be in his or her life, and for him to just chuck his fathering responsibilities to be with her, with a friend. That is so appalling to me. And maybe it's because I'm a developmental psychologist and I know how important fathers are. And yes, I agree with you. The fact that he would do that to his current 8-year-old, I mean, you don't want to have children with this man. That he would leave his child, completely abandon his kid to be with her. Also that he doesn't pay for anything. He's 10 years older, doesn't pay for anything. Like these situations, I would be exactly where you are. I would be so livid with my friends. I would want them to believe that they deserve better. But of course, we can believe our girls deserve better. And if they don't believe it themselves, it doesn't matter. So I would be doing the exact same thing you would. I would have been like, I told you what I have to say, and you keep complaining and you keep carrying on in these ridiculous relationships. And what do you want from me? I can't be supportive. I'm not going to tap my foot to this ridiculous music. So you're caught in a rough spot. So again, anyone who's watching, give us your best advice. All I can say, you really have 2 options. You either go, and try to change the subject, or just say, hey, listen, here's the thing. I would love to have a conversation with you about this, and then be very clear, just like, but here's the deal. I can't talk about this over and over again because I say things and then you clearly don't really care what I have to say because then you just do the opposite. So you could say something like, I'll give it one last conversation. I'll give you my best and I'll give you everything I have because I love you and I want what's best for you. And then just say one final conversation and be done with it. And then literally just, when they bring it back up, be like, I said all I have to say. That's all I got for you. I love you. I want more for you. Or else you start kind of slow fading away and look for new friends. There's some values, and we talk a lot about in romantic relationships how important common core values are. And it's true in friendships as well. And there, for your friend who's contemplating allowing a man to leave his child to be with her, that's a value issue. I would have a very hard time with that. And so I I could also recommend you starting to phase these friends out. And I know that's so painful. And we've talked about it before on my IGTVs that breaking up with a friend, it can be just as hard, if not worse, as breaking up with a boyfriend. So I'm not trying to say this is easy, but I don't know. You're caught in a really tough place. So again, anyone who's watching, give us your best and your best thoughts on this so we can help our girl deal with her girls who are really making some incredibly poor choices to my mind. So hope that helps.